everybody, I'm Rosa, and with me is Ryan, and welcome back to Coach's Corner 2016. This is the second show of the 2016 football season, where we talk with the Lancer head coach, Mike Yameen. Welcome back, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
It was a rough start to the season. The last Friday didn't really go as planned. How will it change? How will you change the game plan for this Friday's game against Drakewood?
Well, we didn't meet our expectations last Friday night, so we were a little disappointed. But I told the guys after the game that can't dwell on it. We gotta move on. Gotta get ready for Drake. Game plan wise, we watch their game film. They watch our game film. We look for their strengths, their weaknesses, their tendencies. So week to week, each game plan is gonna change, and we just gotta clean up the mental mistakes we made, and we gotta go right back at it. Go work hard and come together Friday and put together a good game.
What kinds of adjustments did he make during last Friday's game?
Well, we didn't make too many. I mean, we on offense we moved the ball. We had 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and an interception. And defensively we had some points where we weren't in proper position. So halftime we made a couple adjustments. But physically we played okay. It wasn't a bad physical game. But again, we had a lot of young guys in the field. They made some mental mistakes. Mental errors cost us, and not to take credit away from Lowell's a good football team. I got to give them all the credit in the world. And, it's just things we need to clean up as a young team and move forward.
Any injuries last week that will affect this week's game?
We had a couple minor injuries. Nothing that's going to keep guys out. We've had one starter out, Jathan Jenkins. He's been out since for a scrimmage, so we're hoping to get him back. Probably not this week. We're not going to rush him back. I want to get him, make sure he's 100% fully healthy before we get him back. So maybe he'll be back next week for Andover. And
how did the team work as a whole on the field?
This is a good group. It's a hard-working group. The attitude is good. So again, it's just you watch film, you see what you did wrong, you clean it up, and you get ready for the next week. And that's what we got to do. We can't dwell on what happened. The score got a little out of hand last week, but the game was closer than the score indicated. It's just the little things we have to clean up and just get better at.
What can we expect from this week's opponent, which is Drakewood?
Drakewood's a good football team. They had a rough year last year. We beat them pretty good last year, so they're going to come in looking to get some revenge because we went to their field last year and beat them up pretty good. So we got to expect everything. And they're very good at the skill positions. They're receivers, running backs, quarterback. They're much improved from last year. They're a young team like us, and they're going to come in. They lost a tough game last week, a close game, so they're going to come in hungry, and they're going to come in ready to go.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of Coach's Corner in just a minute.
Welcome back on Coach's Corner, and right now we're going to change the subject for a few minutes about a topic that everyone's heard about, and that's concussions.
Some of you may have heard about the Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association, also known as the MIAA. It's a statewide organization that oversees all high school sports.
From time to time, the MIAA focuses attention on different topics that are important to high school athletes and non-athletes.
The MIAA designated this week, September 12th through the 16th, as a Concussion Awareness Week all over the states of Massachusetts.
Maybe you're asking, what is a concussion?
A concussion is a type of traumatic brain injury that changes the way the brain normally works. A concussion is caused by a bump or a blow or a jolt to the head or body that causes the head and the brain to move rapidly back and forth. Even a ding, getting your bell rung, or what seems to be a mild bump or blow to the head can be serious. So it's extremely important that the student athlete reports this to their coach, to the athletic trainer, the parent, and also the doctor.
As a coach, how sensitive are you to your players getting concussions?
We're very sensitive. Concussions and all injuries. This is a high impact game. It's a fast game. And you just got to be careful. You got to make sure. My rule's always been, I'm not going to put anybody on the field unless they're 100% totally healthy and they're physically and mentally prepared. So we're always conscious of it and aware. And if there's any type of questions with any hit to the head, we always make sure that our players are checked out.
Coach, when people think about concussions, they often think it's just about football, but it's not just football, is it?
No, it's any sport. It can happen in any sport. I mean, there are other sports who probably have more concussions than football that people don't know about. It's just football just seems to be the sport everybody wants to pick on. But I mean, it can happen in any basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, field hockey, any sport you can really come down with a concussion.
Have you had many players who have suffered concussions, and how did you recognize it? And how long did it take them to heal?
We've had a few, and the first thing we do is refer them to the trainer. If it's during the game, the trainer will be right out there. We have an ambulance at every game. The EMTs have to be there. During practice, if it happens during a practice and the trainer is overseeing another sport, we make sure we get in touch with her right away. We sit with our players and we evaluate them. They go to the trainer. If she thinks there's further evaluation needed, they'll be recommended to a doctor. And then the timetable depends upon the type of, the level of concussion they have. If it's mild, obviously they'll go through a protocol and they'll get back on the field a lot faster than if it's a severe concussion.
We heard from the LHS trainer Tracy Ballargen earlier. What role does a school trainer play in identifying and treating concussions?
The way an athletic trainer identifies a concussion, usually when a student athlete has reported any of the following symptoms. They have a headache or pressure in the head, they are nauseous or they're vomiting, they have balance problems or dizziness, they have blurred or double vision, they have sensitivity to the light, sensitivity to the noise, feeling sluggish or hazy, foggy or groggy, they have concentration problems, they are confused, and they're just not feeling right, or they're feeling down.
How has concussion awareness changed over the years that you have been coaching, and how has it changed since you were a player?
Well, since I was a player, I mean, concussions were known, but they weren't studied. I mean, they're studied pretty wide now. All our players have to watch a video. They have to have a sign sheet by themselves and their parent or guardian. And this is every year. It's each sport every year, each season. So it's something that has become very big in sports, and you have to keep your eye on it. Just because, I mean, nowadays, sports, everything's just faster. The players are stronger, bigger, stronger, faster, and the games are faster in each sport. And I mean, any type of injury, especially concussions, anything to the head, you have to just be right on top of.
Are there ways in a tough sport like football or volleyball that a player can prevent concussions?
Well, first, I mean, they got to be coached well, and they should be coached at a young age as far as technique and form goes. I mean, we teach, there's a few things we teach tackling-wise and hitting-wise that, to help. And you're not going to prevent concussions totally, but it's going to help them protect themselves. And starting at a young age, if they're taught well, coming into high school, it's more value than anything as far as them, for their safety. But I mean, we do our tackling drills we do a lot of form. We don't do a lot of collisions. We do a lot of more of form, fundamentals, so the guys get it down, so we can try to prevent injury as much as possible.
Do the players know about concussions, and do you find that they will tell the coach, or do they try to hide or minimize it?
Some will try to hide. Normally, 99% of the times we'll know. We'll know, and you just got to grab them, and you can tell, right? I mean, if you look in the eyes, they got the glazed eyes, or they're dazed. Talk to them, and just makes you could see it in them. And we've had a couple in the past try to hide it, but we've got to them. And you have to. It's, like I said, I mean, the head trauma. You don't. That's a serious thing we're dealing with here. So we've got to be right up with the guys.
If parents or players or anyone in general would like more information about concussions awareness, there is a website run by the U.S. Center of Disease Control that you can check out. The address is www.cdc.gov/headsup/high-school-sports.
There's information there for athletes, parents, coaches, and the public.
Thank you to the Atlanta trainer, Tracy Ballargen, for talking to us, and thank you, Coach Yameen, for talking to us about concussion awareness.
Well, we are at the end of our time for this Coach's Corner show. We want to thank Coach Yameen for coming in to talk to us.
Thanks,
Coach,
guys.
would you like to invite everyone to this Friday's game?
This Friday's game, yes, 7 o'clock start. Let's wear our colors. Let's get blue and white out there. We are having alumni night, so our current students can see the old alumni come back and see how they're going to be in a few years. And it should be interesting. We promise to put on a better show, and next time we do our show here, hopefully we're talking about more happier moments.
Yes.
I'll be back again later this month. Thanks to all of you out there. See you next time at Focus Corner.